Hello everyone. So in the following video, we'll talk about some of our blog post settings that we have. So let's head on over to our actual blog post that we've created, Chris and Nancy. And as you see here within some of these settings, we have our categories to select and choose from. You can add new categories. If you're over within the posts area, you can click on categories, and you're also able to manage and add new categories from here as well. So you'll simply type in the title, click on add new category, and it will be added here, and it will also be added within this area over here. Next off, we have this excerpt text. This is displayed only when you've selected the list view option over here, and this text will be displayed as a short preview text of the following blog post. Next off, you can enable or disable your discussions, so we'll go ahead and disable these. We also have an option here where you can add trackable and pingbacks for the following page. If you're not sure what that is, you can read the full instruction details over here by just clicking that link, so be sure to check that out. And we also have the options to view our comments within our layouts and sidebars. We're able to select a right hand or left hand sidebar if we want to add that. So let's go ahead and just click on right sidebar. We'll then able to select the type of sidebar we want to add. So we'll just leave this as main sidebar because we can actually create new sidebars over here. You can see that within this link here. So we'll just leave this here, and let's just go ahead and click on update. We'll go to our main blog post that we've just updated, refresh this page. All right, and as you'll see here, we have our sidebar and we have our comments disabled. So that's how you can manage that. So we'll go ahead and revert back to our original settings. I'll actually leave our comments disabled. And finally, some of our other settings are located within our flow theme area. So the first area that we'll take a look at is our layout settings. So here it is. We'll take a look at layouts. And first of all, we can adjust the width of our sidebar to take up 1/4 of our page, or 1/3, or 1/6, etc. Next off, we'll scroll a little bit further down. We have the width of our single blog page in pixels. You'll see here. So we have currently set to 700, and this is what it looks like at 700 pixels. Let's go ahead and update this to 1000 pixels. And we'll scroll down, click on update settings, and we'll go here, refresh our page. Okay, so as you'll see here, our page width changed by 300 pixels. Next off, scrolling further down, we have our single posts here. We can enable a right sidebar or left sidebar or full width. Now the following setting will mean that every single blog post will have a selected sidebar by default. In the following area over here, you can handpick which blog posts need to have a sidebar, whether or not it is applicable to the following post. Within this setting over here, this will be added by default to every single blog post. So yeah, you can just, if it's necessary to have a sidebar, go ahead and do that, and be sure to click on update settings. Next off, another option we have here is within our flow theme post settings. Okay, and here we have several settings to play around with. You can enable or disable the decoration image, and this is the decoration image that we can enable or disable. Next off, we have similar blog posts. And here we can enable, disable that, and also select the criteria for the following post. So this could either be the same category, if they're located within the same category, or if they have similar tags or the same tags within the posts. And you can add this tags right over here in this area. All right. Next off, we have our single blog post layout type. As you see here, this is what we've selected so far. Let's go ahead and make this change here, and we'll click on update settings. We'll refresh this page. And you'll see that we have a different view for the following page as well. So let's go ahead and revert back to our original settings. Next off, we have our post's pagination type. If we take a look at the following post, if we scroll over to the side of our screens, you'll see that we can go over to our previous posts over here. So you can change that setting by just having this at the very bottom of the page. You'll just have two arrows over here that you can change. So next off, we have the distance between post images. So this is at 5 pixels. You can increase or decrease that distance as well. You can also adjust the padding in pixels. If you're unsure of some of these settings, be sure to click on this question mark here, and it will give you a brief understanding of where to look for the following changes. Next off, you can enable or disable social media sharing for all of your posts by default. You can auto set featured images. What this will do is simply pull out the first images from your blog post and add it there. Next off, you can enable or disable the option of showing your featured image within the list view. So let's go ahead and click on yes. And what we'll do is actually disable our meta information. And the meta information is just this area over here where we have when this post was published and so forth. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and click on update. And we'll refresh this page once again. Okay, so as you see here, we don't have our published date anymore, and we also have our featured image displaying above these 3 images, which was not the case originally when right before we refreshed the following page. So scrolling further down, we then have the option of showing our blog post tags. You can select yes or no for that. For that, use real time or just general time. So, for example, if we publish our post and the published date will say January 5th or January 10th, whenever you use real time, it'll say published 5 or 10 minutes ago or published 3 weeks ago, depending on when the post was published. Next off, you can disable or enable social media comments, for example, like Facebook comments. So if we select yes, you'll add your Facebook application ID and you'll enable Facebook comments within your blog post. So yeah, these are pretty much the entire set of settings you have for your blog post page. We do recommend that you play around with these settings and make sure that you find the perfect fit for you. And yeah, we do hope this helps. Thank you.